Yeah, it was a really exciting, obviously real exciting basketball game between I think two of the better teams in the NEC, in the America East. I thought a lot of guys on both teams had moments where they played really well. From a technical point of view, I thought BU was terrific. I thought they executed their offense, switched their defense, terrific. And they were as physical with their size and as physical as maybe any team we've played on the glass this year. You could feel the fact that they made a strong commitment to do a good job against us on the boards. I didn't think we played particularly sharp, like for a majority of the night. I thought we were probably more tough than we were good for most of the night, but a lot of that is a credit to EU. So I guess that's my statement. Anybody got questions?
Coach, what do you say in your timeout with 22 seconds left? What do you tell the team?
We had called a play against the man and called a play against the zone. We were trying to keep it in James Johnson and Justin's hands, if at all possible. We have a ball screen action that we sort of roll back into a post up for Justin. We were trying to run that. I think we were running that at the 50-second timeout, the earlier timeout. The 22-second timeout, we had a different play, but it was involving both of those two. We ran a little bit of a decoy, going the opposite direction, bringing it back for Justin pinning down on James. Try to put the ball in both of their hands right now, because those are two guys that have done the most, and I trust the most right now to make big plays. They've really, both the two of them have just come through so often for us. They did both this year and over the last couple of years. So.
Just in the first half, you had no fouls. In the second half, you picked up 4 within the first 12 minutes. Was BU doing something differently, or was it just the referees calling a tight game?
Yeah, I just think that it was just good calls by the refs, and it just happened to go that way. Like first half, it went like I didn't have no personal fouls, but then in the second half, I felt like it was the same type of game. I just guess I got there too late or something like that. I got called for a foul 4 times.
Justin, talk about this year's group, and last year came so close. Got a couple of young guys out on the floor, three new guys on the floor in crunch time. Just talk about where this team is and probably where you could be and how far away you are.
Well, we have a thing that I just feel like we just gotta keep competing. I feel like last year we did a lot of competing. Like I felt like that was our motto. We played hard all the time. We played tough. And that's what I think that we're a little bit missing this year. But I feel like it's going to keep coming throughout the season as the season goes on.
Just the young guys just don't know yet.
Yeah, they're learning though. They're learning every day. We all learn.
Are you even surprised when you look over and you see 2 freshmen on the floor?
Nah,
but the game in the line?
I really don't look at them as freshmen no more. I look at them as like first year players, not like freshmen. You don't look at them as like young kids anymore. You look at them as like, all right, they played a couple of games now, so now like they know how the college level is now. So it's like they're not freshmen no more in my eyes. They're my teammates now. That's the way I look at it.
Whose idea was it to invite this guy at the end, too? Was that you, Jeff? Did you make that?
What's that?
Whose idea was it to invite this guy?
He did have the money ticket.
Okay. Well,
He is an Elite 75 alum, though, you know. So.
Make sure we get that plug in for everybody right there.
I mean, are you surprised at all that you're on the court in crunch time a little bit with this team, or no?
Not really. I just thought that how a couple practices I have been not up to par coming to my coach's level. So it was kind of shaky at first. I realized I was out there, so I mean, he sees something in me. That's all I was thinking. I'm on the court. He must have me out here for a reason.
It's funny, if I could add to that, it's funny with the freshmen, and especially with Dom. I think one of the most, I think he I think he made a lot of good plays. But in my opinion, one of the biggest plays he made that was impressive was the missed three in front of our bench with, I don't know how much time, I'm not good at how much time it was, but we were scoring a good shot. I think they were playing a great zone. It was heading towards the end of the shot clock, and we reversed it to him, and he was squared up, and they closed real late on him. And he did not hesitate at all, and I missed it, but when you got a freshman in a game like that has the confidence and the mental toughness to step into a free like that and not be afraid to take it, I love that. You know, I love that. That bodes well for him the rest of this year and the rest of his career.
Hey Justin, about James, he didn't have a great game tonight, but comes up with a pretty good defensive play at the end, makes 2 huge free throws. Just, I guess speak more about maybe his toughness. You know, what he's done this year so far.
Yeah, this is my 3rd year playing with James now. So like, I just know when a big play needs to be done, I know that guy's going to get it for the team. And making free throws, that's what he's doing. He's been doing it for 3 years. He started probably like one of our toughest players on the team. And he locks up the best defender. But like, obviously tonight, John Holland did a great job, but he's a great player. So. But he made the play that needed to be done at the end of the game when he got that steal. And that's something that James Johnson does all the time. All the time. He always locks up the best defender on the opposing team. I feel personally. He's somebody I always want on my side.
Like Justin said, Holland was the guy who was the real playmaker for BU. How do you guys try and stop him, and what did he do?
I mean, he was really good. I mean, I don't think anyone in particular on our team individually did a good enough job on him. I don't think as a team we quite hedged when he was coming off screens with our bigs. So I don't think our wings did a great job, and I don't think our bigs did a great job when he was coming off dribble handoffs and screens. We don't come across 6'6" wings with that frame that also have that good a range. When he lowers his shoulder, he's going to get by you. It's hard to get back around in front of him. And if you don't play him right away, I thought the first play of the game was huge for him. He caught it. We were a little bit late closing. We were a little bit low. We kept our hands a little too low. He raised up and made that first jump shot. And I think that got him going. The rest of the game, it was. We weren't very good playing him. I know that. I thought we would get a little more of a team effort playing him. But he was really good. He was really good. He stays balanced. He's got great pace. He takes good shots. Doesn't get off balance much. Even the very last one was a strong shot. That takes a strong young guy to raise up off a pull-up from that distance and put that type of stroke on him. He's a terrific player.
How did the defense change in the second half? You helped. They scored 47% off the field in the first half, and then you held them to 35, 36% in the second.
I don't know. I think we sort of limited a little bit of the second chance points. Thought we were a little better getting into long rebounds, 50-50 balls and stuff. And they didn't, other than Irving one time getting Dom high. I don't think they really dribbled it past us much. I thought most of the shots, more of the shots in the second half were with a guy in front of him, if not contested. The other thing I think we did better in the second half is I think we scored the same number of field goals, but I guess maybe we only had 6 turnovers. So I think we played a little bit tighter offense, so they weren't getting out in transition as much either. And I think that hurt their shooting percentage.
What did the scouting report say on DJ Irving?
Well, one, that wasn't my main matchup, and the scouting report was the fact that when he didn't have the ball to sag off as much and don't give him the actions to let him shoot and not to let him penetrate, no middle drives, let him shoot. That was basically it. And that's basically the scouting report. He was one of the key help off guys. Has been if he didn't have the ball, we was in the paint to show our presence to John Holland and Parton.
It hurt us one time, not to cut you off, it hurt us one time in the first half, real bad. He stepped in and made his first open look. I think it was a 3 in the first half. No, he didn't make it, but it was a jump shot in the first half, because we were so help conscious on Holland and O'Brien, and even in part too, that we kept that extra defender in the lane off of him. The play at the end, which Dom will learn from, and we'll talk about a lot more, is when you have a penetrator, and he did it the next trip down. You can't play him as tight as he had played him at 40 feet, 35 feet. That's a guy you give a ton of cushion to out there and let him come to you off the bounce, you know. He's going to be a good player, though. I saw him a lot last summer in AAU. He's good.
Coach, both these teams played their fair share of close games, especially, this one true to form. It seems like the Terriers, their close losses outweigh their close wins, whereas for your team, a lot of close wins outweighing those losses. What do you think is, if you can, pinpoint one thing or a couple of things, the big difference between these teams?
Scheduling. Yeah. I mean, I looked at it beforehand. We've played 2 America East teams, and no one above the Atlantic 10 teams. We've played 2 Atlantic 10 teams, and no one above the Atlantic 10. They've played Kentucky, Villanova, 3 Atlantic 10s, if I'm not mistaken. St. Joe's, LaSalle,
And George Washington.
and George Washington. They play UMass next. Played Nevada. So I think their schedule's been a little more ambitious than ours. I think you could just go straight to the RPI right now and look up strength of schedule, and I think ours is, out of 340 teams, ours is like, I don't know, 200 or something, or 250 or something in that range. I bet you theirs is 150, 50, 75, whatever. So they played at Harvard. It might be the best Ivy League team, So I think it can come down to that. I mean, I think he's doing a terrific job. I think they have a terrific team, and sometimes it can just be that. Sometimes it can just be that.
Any other questions?
This isn't really a question. It's just like an update about you, Coach Moore. St. John's High School is beating Shrewsbury in basketball by 12 in the fourth quarter.
You're a St. John's guy?
I'm a Shrewsbury guy.
Shrewsbury High?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the update.